Hello everybody, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if my voice is too loud or not. My phone is telling me that I have 150 beats per minute, so I will try to calm down. Explaining who is DROMO first. I found DROMO in 2000, and basically we born as circuit designer. But we became construction expert because we would like to realize extreme designs. So it was not enough to be a designer. We would like to put our hands in the construction. So far, we designed in the last 20 years more than 350 projects all around the world. I guess you can see something. We have in this moment 3 offices, as you can see in blue. Mainly, the vast majority of F1 and MotoGP racetrack are paved in the past 20 years, but members of our team. More than 105 paved. We have offices in Reggio Emilia, in Milton Keynes, in Singapore, so Italy, UK, and in Asia. We design for other designers, and we are the only designer that is approved to build 35% incline banking so far. We did it in Zandvoort, in the Netherlands. We build also for the other designer. We are basically unique in this sense, because we are designers that are building for the designers that are not skilled as ourselves. This is an example in Lusail, is the construction progress on the 31st of January 2023. You can understand how complex is this worksite that was designed by another firm that is not present today, but we are in charge of the design for construction for all the racetrack side. I guess there is audio here. I don't know if you get it. Okay, just we go on and then maybe we can come back later. Some example of our jobs. The latest Port Ricard 2020, we paved after a failure of 3 times in a row of a contractor. With the same contractor, we redid Spa-Francorchamps in 2021 with all the modifications. We just finished in October Mandalika 2022. This is in a beautiful island nearby Bali in Indonesia. Normally, DROMO is in between the racetrack, the contractors, the promoters, the homologation bodies, and the tire manufacturers, providing circuit design, contractor guidance, quality assurance, and homologation compliancy. We do not work only in racetrack. Highways, tunnels, difficult stuff like airport runways, airside, water reservoir. We are specialists in dams, so we understand very well what does it mean, the water and the environment. We monitor dams. In Italy, we have several. This was in Austria, where we worked. We are unique because we have 5 asphalt laboratories, 2 in Italy and 3 in Germany, 40 asphalt specialists. You know, it's very difficult for racetracks. 1 season foreman, 5 geologists, and 3 bitumen specialists. We work for OEMs, proving grounds. We work for basically all the brands around, Ferrari, Stellantis. We work for BMW, Porsche, and motorcycling as well. Who is Net Group? Net Group has been established in 2017 in Tirana. He is our partner in this journey. And basically, they are an engineering and architectural firm. They realize BIM, design service, standard assistance, project management, construction management, and independent checks. 150 plus design projects, 300 supervision projects, 600 plus energy audit. And these are some images of other jobs that characterize the production of this young company that actually surprised ourselves. I can say from DROMO side, we were surprised about the quality that they produced for this project, looking at how specialized it was. So as you can see, some element, the green, the sustainability, and the community is always at the center also for their consideration. So A&P design, what we need to design. We need to design something that has community, people, and efficiency in the center. So we need to take in consideration the safety, the racing, of course, but energy, carbon footprint, noise, education, sustainability, and training are empty words if we don't put it on the ground. So let's see how we proceeded. Someone was asking something about the noise, very important. We are a company that in 2013 was granted by a fund from European Union to develop a software to model the noise, especially for motorsport. That's why in our proposal, when we were looking at the position, all the layout has been done to have the noise that is going in the direction of the wind, the main winds, and the river. So we are protecting all the area from the design side, because in motorsport, unfortunately, we have a very long experience, the noise panel doesn't work. You need very high, and they're impacting on the environment. So the best thing that we can do is just to tune the direction of the exhaust. Of course, this is improving, because with electricity, all the cars will don't have the exhaust, but this is built in. So 2 targets. The first, multifunctional complex for the development of motorsport sector in Albania. This is the first. And the second, the first motorsport park in Albania capable of hosting races up to the top levels. So our target was Formula 1, MotoGP, Formula E. Then, to make it in step, we are always in time. But the first design needs to allow for everything. This is the first glimpse of our design. So basically, is the longest design that you saw so far. That you saw so far in the presentation. Because you need to know that Formula 1 will like Italy races between 4.5 and 5.4 kilometers. And so having 3.5, even if is according to FIA grade 1, it will not be suitable for Formula 1. So this is 4.6 with 12 tracks. It is definitely performing as a concept, as we're saying, 4.6 kilometer, FIA grade 1, FIA grade B. Very challenging, because it's only 500,000 square meter. So the density of the track here is very high. This is a simulation with one of our simulators. We started with simulation in 2007. We were the first and the only so far to have the simulation also for MotoGP bikes. We don't have only for Formula 1 cars and the other cars. You can see that the provided speed is, lap time is 1 minute and 11 seconds. They translate about 250 kph on a lap. I will not say nothing else, but a first simulation of our simulator. This is only conceptual, of course, but it's exactly the layout that you see in the building that you are looking at the presentation. I apologize because we had no time to put the trees. We are planning to do a lot of green. But in the simulation, for a lot of reasons, we had no time to do it. So you are looking only at the bare asphalt and buildings. We tried to make something the more fun possible for the drivers. Because the problem with the drivers is that in some racetrack, they get bored. They need to find something challenge here, because the reason to come for the spectators need to be because the drivers are enjoying themselves and they are basically trying to get the limit on their cars on that track. This is almost done on the first lap, and you can see also the grandstand, the pit building, how it is. Let's go on, and we will see something else later. So we said the concept is definitely multifunctional. How? Well, we have the drift course, the drag strip, the main track, the karting track, the off-road tracks, the paddock, the helicopter, the medical, the service parking. The paddock is in the middle. So we have 550,000 square meters, 20% is on a green area, 12 plus tracks, flexible management, because with an highly unique design and a central shared paddock with mobile barriers, we have multiple configuration like this. So again, I will not bother you on the single technicalities of the track, but you can use 2 different loops. Concurrently, you can use a karting track, the dirt track, all multifunction. The safety driving center, someone wants to know, it is integrated in the paddock and in the areas that we have. This is an example of integration that we did for Porsche in northern Italy, completed 2 years ago, just to give a glimpse of what we are looking for. Of course, the concept that we said before, still you can see the paddock in the center. We said that it is highly innovative, safe, of course, simulated and tested on all the categories that it is going to host, but more than this, is already designed according to the 2026 F1 regulation. You know that in 2026, Formula One will have a different regulation with 3 times more the electricity power than now. So the length of the straights and the number of the corners and the number of the braking area need to be optimized for these cars. It is designed according to the preliminary Formula E Gen 4 that is in the draft in this moment. It's designed according to motorcycle safety requirement, of course. We were the first that since 2007 analyzed more than 40,000 crashes from MotoGP and put in. In this moment, we are working with FIM very consistently. So the bottom line is that it's ready to host Formula One and MotoGP. The track is not enough, though. We need to be realistic. All the surrounding, all the buildings, everything is contributing to have the possibility to host MotoGP and Formula One. It's not that if we build this tomorrow, the day after we have Formula One. It's not as easy. But we are trying to implement the concept that is a good base to be developed. So efficiency, a low noise impact, as we are saying, design according to the wind, reclaimed area and sustainable development as much as we can, recycled materials, local aggregates, not imported. 4% of construction cost has been allocated in our budget on green and sustainability, up to 5,000 plus new trees, and 50,000 square meter available for solar panels. That means a peak power of 20 megawatt in production that can have a full carbon and footprint offset in the development and free energy for up to 15,000 houses. Now, I don't know Elbasan how many houses has, but I guess it very easily can go free with this. Of course, very, very big attention on white surfaces and heat island. I don't know if you know what is the heat island effect, but basically it's the fact that when you do a lot of asphalt, if it's black, it's heating everything and it's changing the microclimate. And here we are designing something that is as white as possible to reduce this pollution. So the concept is in Albania, for Albania. Has been done exclusively for this site. On the seating capacity, 35,000 plus. Now, design, as you can see, fun stands and buildings. We are going now on the architecture because you can see that we have an hotel, very important, but not enough. The hotel is on the left side on the entrance. It's not enough because we need to empower, to give the time to the population to increase the availability of nice hotels like this and support all the events in this area. So museum, auto repair shop, retro and academies, support buildings and fair center, the medical and rehabilitation center, very easy to go out from the site, the pit building, the main grandstand and fun stand, complex of TRR disease, very difficult to say, sorry, Elbasan. You can see that all the noisy parts are on the right side, okay? Or if we cannot put on the right side, that is the most far away from the city, we simply design something that is in longitudinal in respect of the river. Architectural concept, this is the work of Net Group. The inspiration, of course, is the nature and the flows, the river, the mountains. And we tried, well, actually, credit to them, they tried to put it in all the buildings, all this kind of movement. So you can understand how the water was impacting our, let's see, our concept and our philosophy. We added some mood board from Asia. These are mood boards that we are doing in another project in that area because it explained the attention that we have on the green and the sustainability. They are very, very much advanced in Asia in respect of in Europe. So these are the mood board that we selected to use as a concept, of course, also here in the design that we are proposing. On the buildings, you can see that we have the red area, the red blocks. The red blocks with schemes, of course, we have a pit building that is according to Formula One regulation. So the pit building is already able to host the race, all the dimension, the ground floor, the media center, and so on are all tuned on Formula One requirements. You can see, of course, the big wood cover that can be also structured than in other materials if we are going full with solar panel that allow us to have something very light. Again, it seems a spoiler, an aileron, a wing, again on the wing concept that we were talking about. But there is not only the pit building. Of course, there is the medical and rehab center that will be free, I guess, to use in all the community because it will be very, very, very well equipped. Formula One is requesting a MotoGP a lot of care and equipment for this. So a very functional medical center that has been designed with some friends that worked in MotoGP for many years in the Clinica Mobile. The complex of SHTRR, is of course very important for us as well. Is designed on one floor, 590 in height. The general footprint is 3,300 square meter. We have some highlights here on the renderings, as you can see, using the same concept that we applied on the pit building. Entrance, exit, this is for the cars and so on, the homologation parts. You can see how tight, you can see the dirt track there, the karting track, some facilities around. Then we have the museum, auto repair shop retro. I will go quick on this, just to give you some glimpse. To go into the detail, you can go in our submission. So just to show you this, I think it looks very nice. On the fairs, the pit support, you need always a lot of space to manage. So these are examples. The hotel. In this moment, 92 rooms, 484 clients. Just to give you an idea, when we have major event, we need to have at least 5,000 rooms in the area. Not that area, but in the surrounding at maximum 1 hour. So again, we are trying to bring the nature of the area into everything. The grandstands, the view has been done on south to north because, of course, in this way we don't have the sun that is shading, that is going in our eyes. Not only the track itself, the main straight has been taken in account because at 2 p.m. need not to have the sun in the front for the drivers, otherwise they don't see the traffic light for a jump start. So the other grandstands without the cover, you can see. And then there is the how we design this. We are proposing to design the full in 7 months. If we are going to win, we know how to do it in 7 months, up to the detailed design. We will ask for an accelerated approval process. We will propose, of course, this process, and then we will discuss. Any detail will be hand in hand with the government, the stakeholders. It's not something that we can say, okay, the design is this one. So this, for us, is only a concept, a draft that we need to work together out. If we can improve something, we can do it. Nothing is there. But the point is the method. We have a very clear idea on how to proceed very quickly and concurrently with our team. We have a very strong staff to produce this. So, thanks. Okay, so I have 9 minutes. I will not use it all, but there is one last thing. And it's the reason why I don't feel to be on the podium. The question is, how are we going to build it? Because of course, if we will win, our aim will be to be there with you in all the journey. This is very important. We have a lot of technologies that we developed for the construction. A lot. Drones, lasers, method. I will not bother on you on this. But we have very advanced design capabilities, simulation capability with our simulators. This is from our partners. This is Spa-Francorchamps that we were testing, the new modification. We monitor the works in a very different way. We use GIS and BIM to have all the layers that we are laying in a very, very unique way. We analyze everything with laser continuously, because tomorrow when is happening something, you will never find who is to blame. So to follow the construction is very important for the quality in the long term, and this is what we do immediately, since the beginning, with the contractor that will be selected. Basically, we are able to see and understand everything that a normal contractor cannot see. We are engaged by government of different countries to improve the roads, the flatness and the quality of the roads in several places, because we assist, we train and we check all the works. This is work in Silverstone. My guys are the red guys, and are more than the yellow guys. So the yellow guys were the contractor guys. Very complex place where we give a 24-hour support. We check on the machine. We train the contractor on the best methodology. Basically, we tell them how to roll it, how to compact, how we need to set up all the work site. We train with example. This was a trial test where there was a roller guy that was not operating properly. We explained them the concept of the temperature. We try to avoid mistakes. It is impossible. Mistakes, we do it. We try to learn, and then we learn together with the contractor to build something that is better. You see, our team typically is the quality assurance, the laser scanning, the observers, the drones, the compaction controls on the construction, and the contractor is only working with very few people, the people necessary to do the track. We have a very proactive approach. We believe in working together to achieve the target with 100 measures, but only one shot. This is an example of our capability. These are blisters in a Formula One racetracks, where we can see with our logic and method, and we can make an intervention exactly where it is. Everybody can see it. We can achieve the flatness of Formula One with only one layer of asphalt. In Luz Island, for example, we are doing 10 centimeters of asphalt. It was not necessary. We can do 4. Why we have to do 10 if we can do it with 4? This turns out to be something really sustainable, reducing the carbon footprint massively, because the environment is, we have only one. This is an example on the flatness that we achieve some works. This is Paul Ricard at Zandvoort, where again, we were the only designers so far to design something at 35% lateral inclination for Formula One. The drivers loved it, and I guess that Alex can confirm this. This is from Zandvoort, for example. There is, I guess, audio a bit. This is ourselves. It's me also. I don't like to manage the company. I like to be there and understanding how it works, so to put my hand on what we can do. It's not unique case, because this is, for example, what we did in Mandalika, and is a documentary that is not out yet, that has been done by them, because they would like to show how difficult it was to do this job in November. Is a continuous problem-solving process where the team is paramount. Okay, this was the teaser, so I will stop here. Basically, the dream team is formed by Albanians, Italians, British, Germans. We are not coming only from Italy or only from Albany. We're very humble. We are here again to listen to the needs because this is our idea, is the concept, but is something that you, coming from the region, knows better than us. So we can provide our specialization, but you need to fine-tune, to help us to fine-tune the design if we will be working on this. We are very passionate, we are professionals, we are experienced and highly specialized in what we are doing. Basically, in one word, the AMP can be in 4 years with full implementation, achieve a return on investment in 8 years according to our proposal. So, faleminderit. Questions?
Thank you a lot. Very impressive. It's not a question, just could you elaborate again how you circulate around fans, professionals, how they enter and how exactly?
Yeah, basically, I was already, I saw before. So basically all the circulation is perimetral. Okay, so there is a division, a very clear division in, the red lights are impressive. Okay, here. All the circulation is perimetral and all the access on the grandstand and so on, but the paddock is divided. Because when you have a motorsport circuit like this, when you have an event, a big event, you need to divide all the workers with all the people. So the basic is that the people is all around, very easy access, bridges. We don't think to use tunnels, pedestrian bridges, of course. Is something that we will further elaborate with the traffic plan of Elbasan, and it's something that we will go into detail only if we are going, when we will go on with this concept to fine-tune all the details.
I have a question regarding the use of this venue, of this place, for the citizens of Elbasan in days where there is no activity.
Yeah. I can give you multiple examples. This one needs to be conceived like a park, okay? All the area that you can see here, if it's managed by the city inside, can be open fully, like for example Imola. Imola is a racetrack in Emilia-Romagna, very famous, where Ayrton Senna died, that when there is no events, is fully open to the community. Bicycle, skateboarding, skates, walking, and so on. So the fact is that, well, personally, I love places where you have a lot of silence and a lot of nature, and there is nothing better than a racetrack that just stopped the racing half an hour before. So every night, every morning, this will be potentially open. When you have an event, of course, you need to close it. But this has been done to be completely transparent to the population. It is yours, it's not ours. We can give idea, but you need to put the people in the center. And this will become from your regulation, your will. You want to make it more open, we do it more open. It's something that we need to do it together.
And the main entrance from, where do you think they are?
There. This was quite constrained. Unfortunately, this was the challenge, so we entered from there.
If I can ask, why did you decide to put the paddock, the main paddock, the main, let's say the main spectator building? You mentioned the sun, and you mentioned also the difficulty of for the pilots, but wouldn't this make it, let's say, more trafficked, this part of the perimetral road, and bring, let's say, not every day, of course, because events will occur rarely, big events, I mean, but trucks would come up to here, as I see, and also, let's say, impede for the plan of turning this into a pedestrian or recreational lungo fiume that we also envisioned in a way.
Yeah.
it's not said to be that way, but anyway, was it because there is no other way, or it's conditioned by technical reasons?
Is a compromise, really. During an event, this whole area would be pedestrian. So don't think that during an event you can have cars around. It's impossible. Because someone was saying before, I don't remember who, that you will have long queue and so on. So how, for example, Silverstone, that he was speaking before, manage this? They have huge lands and they have commuting trains or commuting cars or commuting buses. You don't have to think that all the cars, all the people are coming here, that's it already. No. We need to find with the population area that can be used during an event and to organize all the transport. So this track needs to be very well connected with the city, the town, the people there to work. It's not something that, okay, this good, perfect, done, and that's it.
Do you preview or drag track there?
The drag strip,
Yeah.
yes, it's there. You see? There is here in the center, there is the first 400 meters are outside of the track, that direction.
And then it is.
Yes, he's using part of the track,
Okay.
northern loop.
Okay, it's using that.
Yes, he's using the northern part because,
So it's interacting with
as
that.
you know, the drag strip need glue on the asphalt or on the concrete. So you cannot use it on a normal racetrack, the first 400 meters, if you want to go very fast. So the first 400 meters are
And
outside.
then you can use the rest.
And then you can use the, yes, and you use the same runoff that is for
I
the
see
others.
that, but either it was an elevation or.
No, it's done on purpose, yeah. There was the red scheme before. If you want, we can separately go into the detail.
Okay.
Thanks for the comment. Yeah, there is drag strip full configuration.
I have a boring question. How much it costs this pleasure?
58? We're starting from 58 million. In 4-year investment, yeah.
I will repeat myself, but it's because of the importance that you mentioned that the formative safe driving modules will be in the middle.
Yeah,
A little bit more about that.
yeah. All will be done in the paddock in these areas. So the fact is that in the final concept, we don't believe, well, we have less experience than, for example, Alexander in doing safety training centers. They are the master in this. But for our experience in management, when the track is 4.6 and is racing oriented, to find a place to do it with very specialized systems like they are doing, and they are very good in it, you need to compromise. The first option from Adamo was compromising the length, because on the side you had the test and training center. The similar was, I guess it will be done by Alexander. I don't know, I didn't see it yet. What we would like to do is an integration of the paved area in facilities that can be used as parking, or when we don't have the parking, as these less specialized but still useful to do the safety training. Because the problem of the paddock is this: it's not used almost all the year. So let's use it for something useful when it's not in the event. It is a very big parking where all the drivers live. Thank you.
We thank you very much again.